Welcome to pentatonic patterns for perfect fourth tuning, mapping the piano notes to the guitar. So the black keys on the piano are the notes of the pentatonic scale. So we have C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp. And on the guitar, you play those here, starting with the fourth fret on the A string, that's C sharp, D sharp, and we can move up here to play the notes F sharp, G sharp, and we played all the notes on the pentatonic scale. So these notes are the avoid notes of the major scale. So when you play a major scale, the black notes are all the notes that don't belong, that you don't play. So here they come. I'll go up the major scale again: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and then come back down: G sharp or A sharp, G sharp, F sharp, D sharp, C sharp. Okay, so when you're playing on guitar, you can go up the major scale and come down the it's kind of a way to go like, whoa, and then come back when you're playing, because they're the avoid notes of the major scale. But once you realize that, you can play any of your, so if you're in the C major scale, let me play a C major note. So this is held, and so we're in the C major. So you can play your pentatonic riffs and come back to the major scale. That's one thing that you can do. And another thing to keep in mind is these patterns of twos and threes map directly to the fretboard. So this is something that when you're working in your kind of blues box, you don't really, it's not that obvious to see this, but if you take the shapes and you play your C sharp and your D sharp here, and then you see these three notes together, and you can always play them up here. So we have the 4th fret, 6th fret, 9th fret, 11th, and 13th fret. It's a visual map, so that once you start to internalize these sounds, you're going to hear the one set of whole steps here, and another set here. And you can find them on the guitar. All right, and then you can. So as we go further, these patterns, you're going to see them repeat and we're going to use them all over the neck, this way, all over the place. So we're going to start. In this case, we have the C and D shape again. I'm sorry, C sharp and D sharp, and then we're going to go to the F G A, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp. Okay, pretty neat. And so this is the patterns going this way up the neck. So we're going to stay with the D sharp as our kind of root note, which is the minor pentatonic. But we can start here with the 3 pattern, the 2 pattern, 3 pattern, 2 pattern, and because we're in perfect fourth tuning, 3 pattern, 2 pattern. And so you can, because these are all kind of whole steps linked together, which is another topic, we can go here. So really play the whole thing with 2 fingers, like Django Reinhardt. So as we work through these, and then this is kind of the inverse in a way, which is the 2-3 pattern, because it repeats on each string set. So we can go 3 then 2, and we can play 2 then 3. Okay. So here, or 2 different tonalities and destination tones. In the pentatonic scale, there's only 2 complete triads. The first one is on D sharp minor. Okay, we can play it here. And the next one's on F sharp major. So we can play that here. Oops. Okay, and so what that, not coincidentally, the blues pentatonic starts on the D shape. So this is the probably familiar sound. We've been starting on the C sharp shape a lot, and that's kind of not as familiar a sound. But this one, okay, there's your blues scale. And if we play it in these 3 and 2 patterns, you see that, okay, and then the major pentatonic starts on the F sharp. Right, so we can play that starting here. That's one way to play it. Another way is with the 3 and the 2. So 3, so 9th, 11th fret, 13th fret, and then 11th fret, 13th fret, 11th fret. Okay, so again, that 3 and 2, 3 and 2. So the blues pentatonic starts on the D sharp. I think I said that once already, but I'll say it again. So here, okay, and so in the picture there's our root. So we can come up to it from the C sharp, which is below, and then the D sharp is here on the 6th fret. And then F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and then if you switch the C below and play the octave up, and take the F sharp from here and play the same note here, you're back in your blues box, right? Okay, and then the major pentatonic is very similar. So we start on the F sharp shape here, F sharp note. So starting with F sharp here, we can play with the 3 pattern, the 2 pattern, and we end on the 3rd note. So that's the way it's being played to the left. And if we switch the places that we play the notes, we can get more into the familiar, probably the pentatonic shape that you're more familiar with. But to be able to play the same notes in the alternating 3-2 pattern is a powerful pattern to keep track of. Anyway, I just wanted to give an introduction to you here. There's going to be a link to the PDF and other cool stuff that I have in the description. And this is part of my new book. This is beginning the intro of the intro to pentatonic pattern recognition for perfect fourths guitar. And we go completely bananas about all kinds of patterns on the guitar. And here's the website, Taurus Head Studios, where you can find links to all my stuff, lots of free PDFs, free resources, books, you name it, it's there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day.